Week 7, finals, GoldenTee Mobile World Championship qualifying. Mr. GoldenTee takes on Whammy, Pelican Grove. Have I mentioned how much I love this course in a match play setting? Here we go. Tony Johnson, two-time GoldenTee Mobile World Champion, is on the tee, has driven the first fairway, and his round has begun as he takes on Larry Foster. Larry, as we talked about in the semifinals, has participated in all of the World Championships. Here is Tony, just misses the sniper. 4,000 GSP for the effort, just misses on the left side of the cup. Very nice effort from Tony. I would imagine Larry tries the same. Here it is, 3-iron. It is on the way, and Larry is on the board. Plays that wind perfectly, slides up that first hole uphill green into the cup. Very nice effort from Tony and Mr. Larry Foster. Larry, with the hole out, takes the early one-stroke lead. 17 holes to play. Larry will go through the gap. Gets it all the way into the good stuff. He will have a chip there. Here is Tony. Tony will also have an eagle chip. 4-iron javelin for Tony. This looks left, and it is. Just pushed that a hair left on the swipe, I believe, and missed. Here is Mr. GoldenTee, and he just leaves it short. That would have been in. Tony makes the long putt for birdie. Larry taps in, and Larry maintains a one-stroke lead and a GSP advantage as well. Drivable par 4. Larry, a little bit of curve, throws this onto the green with a streak, I believe. That was well judged. Tony, 3-wood, Maniacs, misses all the branches. That was absolutely gorgeous, Tony Johnson. Very makeable putt. Here is Larry with the bomb. Larry, that had to feel like a hole out. Beautiful putt from Larry. Tony will make his, and Whammy still trails Mr. GoldenTee by one stroke into the par 3. 3-iron sniper from Mr. GoldenTee, just a tad long. Good effort. Tony, 3-iron sniper. This looks great. And we've tied the match. Tony Johnson, 3-iron sniper stinger, absolutely money. Tony has put that shot into his game. His repertoire is complete as he ties the match and takes a GSP lead on one Larry Johnson. Larry Foster, rather. Wow. Larry Johnson, former New York Knick, University of Nevada, Las Vegas, running Rebel, Charlotte Hornet, onwards. Wow. Here is Mr. Foster on his way. Perfectly placed right in that fairway nook. 1-iron stinger for Tony, and he slides that through. Threaded the needle. What does Mr. GoldenTee do? Ober'd, orbit, and that doesn't settle as much as he wanted. That will be another bomb. 78-footer for Larry, and he slides it left. That is the first missed putt for Mr. GoldenTee. A ranger putt for Tony. He's in. Foster in, and a one-stroke lead from the two-time world champion, Whammy. Tony will hit his tee shot. Maniacs over the sand, deep into this fairway. We'll have a shot into that tucked pin on the right side of this green. Here is Mr. GoldenTee. Big mistake from Larry. Larry tried to cut off as much of that corner as he could. Will not have the sniper look he wanted to have. Here is Tony. Javelin up and away, and he just misses it to the left, but that will garner more great shot points, almost 12,000 of them. If these players are tied after the 18th hole, we will look at the cards. The player with the most great shot points will move on to the World Championship. That is our tiebreaker. 7-wood for Mr. GoldenTee. The look is actually nice. And that will be an easy putt for Mr. GoldenTee for birdie. And Tony will make his momentarily a 4-footer that is tapped in. Already through 6 holes, Tony Johnson 1-stroke lead and 15,000 GSP advantage. Here is Tony. Does this get out of the trap? It does not. It is nice to put the streak on this one. Here is Mr. GoldenTee. And this will be short. Hits the sniper. That was odd. Here is the chip for Mr. GoldenTee. Buries it. Does he get back to a tie match? This is a big chip coming up for Mr. Tony Johnson. But first, here is Larry's chip again. We get to watch that. Here is the pitching wedge from the trap on the way. Tony answers with an eagle on 7. What a save from the sand trap. Hole 8, par 3. Sniper on the way for Tony. And that is just short of GSP, I believe. Yes. 5-iron javelin for Larry. Just needs to clear the trap and run down. It needs to clear the trap and run down. It did not. Here is Larry from the trap for a big-time save. Mr. Foster, he saves birdie. These players are salvaging 4 shots. They are chipping in from everywhere. Great chip from Mr. Foster. Here is Tony Johnson. We'll go left side. I would imagine you see Mr. Foster go right side. We will see, though. Yes. Larry will hit a 320 driver javelin and leave himself a 3-iron sniper in, I believe. We'll see what he wants to do from there. But first, here is Tony. I don't think Tony wanted to be in the rough. Maybe he did. Here's his shot. Nice and safe. And that will be an eagle. Here is Mr. GoldenTee. 3-iron javelin. It is on the way. And that is just to the right. One more stinking clip left. And that is a double eagle from Larry Foster. What a shot from Larry. Just misses. Wow. Whammy. Dodges a bullet on hole number 9. Maintains his 1-stroke lead over Mr. GoldenTee. I thought when these players first drew this course, I thought, well, I would imagine Larry has played this a lot more than Tony Johnson. I would give Larry the early advantage, but Tony has played an immaculate round of golf thus far. Halfway through, the 2-time world champion has a 1-stroke lead on Mr. GoldenTee. Here is Mr. GoldenTee. Big shot on the way here. 3-iron sniper, just misses left. What will Tony try? 4-iron javelin. That misses left as well, and that will be a putt for birdie. From the fringe, he is in. Larry will match in as well, and they move on to hole 11. And a fantastic match thus far. These two players playing for a spot in the 2024 GoldenTee Mobile World Championship at the Palms Hotel and Casino, Las Vegas, Nevada. That was a little bit of a mistake from Larry. You want to be in the fairway here. Gives yourself the best look at a hole out. Here is a jab from Tony. We'll get more great shot points. 10,000 more. A 1-stroke lead and a significant GSP advantage for one Tony Johnson. Minnesota's Tony Johnson. Girl dad. Proud of his girls. Larry Foster, 2 kids of his own. Here is Larry's shot. That is short. The Texan will have the putt, and that is in. Minnesota's Tony Johnson will tap in here as well. We move on to hole number 12. Love calling these matches. Here's Tony. Another javelin in. Another javelin in. Hops over the hole. Misses to the left side. Here is Mr. GoldenTee. 3-iron grabber. And that is safe and sound. 2 birdies here for these 2 players. We'll move on to hole 13 shortly. Still have hole 17 to look forward to. Hole 17 has been nothing but a riveting tale. throughout this entire competition. Yesterday's matches, both players handled 17 very well. Tony has placed this ball in a spot you do not want to be in. Larry will hit a javelin and should be short of that trap. Unforced error for Whammy. See how he handles that. Should have a shot in, but cannot put the control on it that you would want. And Larry will have a chip from there. Wheels coming off a bit on this hole. Here is a forward. Does this get there? It does. The Ranger just gets over that water and makes it onto the green. Here is Larry with a chip in. A one-hopper makes it. Both players survive the 13th hole with not their best work. 5 to play. Par 4, 14th hole. Players will again just hit this fairway and have a shot into the green. Nothing tricky here. Just need to hit a good second shot. That pin is in the very back of the green, right side of said green, right next to the water. Larry will club up into a 12 sniper. Yesterday, Larry hit a javelin. Not today, my friends. That is a sniper, very well placed. Tony, grabber, wanting us to take a hop towards the cup. Grabber does do that. Rolls out to the right, and he will have a right breaker. Right 8 putt is dead center. Tony Johnson with a birdie on hole 14. Larry Foster also birdies 14. Still a one-stroke advantage for Tony Johnson. Here he is. Grabber on the way, and that was a nice shot. Drivable par 4. Larry with the O-Bird medium tee. On its way, and that's just a little deep. The line was spectacular. Larry Foster just misses it. A right one putt sneaks in the left side of said jar, and both players will eagle hole 15. 16, 17, 18. 3 to play for a spot in Vegas. Here is Tony. Javelin on the way. That misses left, and that will run out into the rough. Here is Larry. Needs a tie in the worst kind of way. Gets the ball barely over the creek. Runs it up. That's an uphill putt for Bird. Ranger again from Mr. Whammy. That is in. And now we go to potentially the deciding hole on this course. Hole 17. The drive is absolutely paramount. Must be placed perfectly. Tony has found fairway, left side of the fairway. I don't see where the pin is. The pin looks like it is right side, so that is a good spot. Float this up and let the wind play it. Here is a 7-wood for Tony. Takes a smidge off, only hits this 99%. That was well done from Tony. That will be eagle. Larry needs to match. 98%. This will get there, and he will have a downhiller. Larry not messing around with hitting any palm fronds or challenging water. Will have a downhill left 2 putt. That goes in. Going to come down to the 18th hole. Tony Johnson leads by 1, has a large GSP advantage. Might come down to needing a hole out. Here is Tony, just a little bit high. He is fine, and that will be eagle most likely. Larry might need to make this. It is on its way, and that is deep as well. If Tony Johnson can make a putt, he's going to win. But first, here is Larry, left 6 in. Tony Johnson for a spot in Las Vegas. Putt is on its way, and Tony Johnson has done it. He will be in his 3rd World Championship. He is 2-0 so far. Will he win a 3rd? He defeats the great Larry Foster by 1 stroke, and Tony Johnson will be at the 2024 GoldenTee Mobile World Championship.